Hi guys, welcome to Hair Dry Treatment with me, Sophie, and I'm joined by Meg here.
Hi guys.
As you may know, we both play for Sporting Castle Ladies. Today is pre-season. We're both on the physio's table at the moment. We are injured, so we're observing, so we thought why not take the time to do a video and speak to some of you guys. So firstly, we're going to talk about Man United, obviously getting a women's team. What else is there really for us to start on today? And share what we think about it. We obviously both play football, we're involved in it, and yeah, we've got quite a lot to say on the topic. So Meg, do you want to make a start? What's your opinion on Man United's squad release?
Firstly, love the fact that they've got a team now. Like, as a footballer and somebody who loves Man United, it's a little bit gutting that I'm now 26 and probably will never get to play for them when all I've ever wanted
Never
to
say
do
never.
was play for Man United. I'm about to hang my boots up, babe.
No.
But their signings are, I mean, looking at like the dynamics of the team, you've got a good group of young, talented, hungry players in there. Ebony Salmon, I mean, I think she'll be a big name in the future, especially she's young now. I mean, then you've got the likes of Siobhan Chamberlain and Alex Greenwood, great signings. If you're like a brand new team starting up and you've managed to get people like that coming in, I know it's Man United and you're obviously going to be able to attract players, but attracting those kind of players who have took a chance to go down a league, then I think that's a pretty decent signing and it's making a big statement. What do you think?
For me, I think it's a massive statement. There's some big names, obviously you mentioned the likes of Greenwood in there, but there's a lot of youth, a lot of excitement for the future. But I think for the first ever squad, there's some big statements in there, and obviously Man United are going in with the intent of wanting to get up there and compete with the likes of City sooner rather than later. So for me, it's exciting times for the club. I think, like you said, I'm a bit gutted. I wanted to be on that squad list as well, but never say never though, Meg. I'm staying positive on that one. But I think for the start, it's exciting. I know I'm definitely interested. Someone asked if you got Snapchat, Meg.
I've got Snapchat. I'll drop a link on the comments below with Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter, whatever you want.
Get at
it. Sorry.
Sorry, mate. But yeah, exciting for United. And at the moment, you've got to say, more exciting looking at information about the women's team than the men's. Nothing really happening on the men's side of things. Sandro apparently is going to PSG now. Doesn't surprise me. Luke Shaw has come back fit and ready. I'm just hoping that he gets a shot this season and takes his chance. But in terms of transfers,
looking really good as well.
He is. He's looking really
From
fit,
all
isn't
of
he?
those fat comments, that picture that came out about him in Ibiza, like yes, it's downtime, bit of season, like end of season. So you've got to enjoy yourself at times. Like we know it is. You get a month off.
I was in Bristol last weekend.
You know, we're nowhere near that level, but. You know, he's obviously gone and enjoyed himself, which at his age he's entitled to do, I think. Yeah, okay, he might have gone a bit too far maybe, but as long as he's back in shape by the start of the season, what can you say? Like, you need to have that work-life balance in any kind of job. So, I mean, that's fair enough to him.
Yeah, and I think, you know what, someone just mentioned about his teeth being whitened. He's come back looking like Firmino a little bit. But you know what, fair play, he can do that, can't he? Someone said, Master Max would say hello to Megan from me. You can say it yourself, Max. I don't need to do that.
Oh, hi, Max! Hope you're okay!
But I think Luke Shaw, if he's fit, potentially one of the best left backs in the country, but he needs to prove it to us United fans. He had a bad injury, obviously really feel for him, and then since that he hasn't really hit the form. But I think, you know what, it can happen. Thoughts on Ashley Young? I think Ashley Young gets a lot of stick, and I feel it's based on his age. And I thought, you know what, he had a good World Cup. Defensively,
I thought he had a really good World Cup.
Yeah, defensively, yeah, he's not a natural defender, but for me, he's just a fantastic squad player.
I think his experience excels at the moment. He is one of those players that I reckon you can depend on. He had a bit of a bad game against Croatia, I think it was, where I did think...
He bombarded his side.
Yeah, you know, you have targeted Ashley Young. He did pull it out of the bag with a last-ditch tackle that as a defender you think, yes, that's like scoring a hat-trick. But when you've got somebody like that who is experienced and you're comparing him to Luke Shaw who maybe isn't as experienced, I think it's quite hard. I think they're both going to be critical for United if they both do stay at different times in the season. Like, you've got Luke Shaw who is attacking, but Ashley Young's just got that bit more of a knowledge, I think.
He gets stick because of his age, but for me, like, you've got to hold your hands up and say he's had a fantastic career. Yeah, he's getting on there, but for me, he's still a squad player. Would he be my first choice left back? No. but he gets a lot of stick, which is uncalled for in my opinion. And I think, you know what, he's been fantastic for United, for England in the World Cup. For me, he had a fantastic tournament as well. Happy birthday to Ali Khan. Says his birthday today.
Happy birthday!
Jack Richard says Danny Rose is better.
There was a comment just on there about Sanchez. When we went through and we're like, the rumours about him coming to Man United, I was a bit like, really? I wasn't really interested in it. Didn't really think much of him. Then he got announced and I was buzzing for it. That video that he did for the announcement, I was like, okay, we'll change my opinion a little bit, eat my words a little bit. Boy, I wish I never ate my words. Like, he just did not impress me at all. I thought the balance of the team was rocked when he came in.
I started Loftus-Cheek.
Okay, we'll talk about Loftus-Cheek in a minute.
Definitely Meg would start Loftus-Cheek every game. But
Sanchez just didn't really impress me. I thought like the whole team balance was thrown.
Martial, the whole situation with
and
Martial.
I just don't think we don't know what happens behind closed doors, but communication's got to be really strong, and I don't know whether that lacked in terms of with Martial, that he wasn't communicated to. It wasn't really the rotation of the squad wasn't very good. Sanchez was starting, and I personally don't think he should have started. Martial came on and made an impact, then he didn't get started. So things like that would probably bother me as a player and probably bother Martial.
Just put yourself in Martial's shoes. You're playing well, you're scoring goals, you're in good form, and then all of a sudden we get this big name and you're brushed aside. That's literally how it looked to me. How would you feel if you were Martial in that position? You wouldn't like it, would you? I'm not saying Martial is being consistent. I think he needs to improve his consistency, but if he's not playing and if that kind of treatment happens, then you've got to take it in that kind of light as well. I think this season, seeing Martial smiling in training and dancing, that got me absolutely buzzing, because I think if we can get him on side and get him playing, then he is like a new signing.
I reckon it's good. Obviously, healthy competition for places is critical. Like, players need to know that they need to fight for their place. But when you get your chance and you take it, then that needs to be noted, and that you need to, particularly in Martial in those kind of positions, if they play well, they should have a start. Yeah. They should have a
and I think you know what, there's different types of players. Some players want an arm round them, want to see confidence in them from the manager, and I don't think Jose does that with Martial. And it seems to be that Martial wants to have a bit of faith shown in him, and I'm hoping this season that obviously that faith will be shown and that he'll repay us fans and Jose Mourinho as well with consistent performances, because let's not forget he was like top scorer for United. He had a fantastic season. Yeah, season after that he had a bit of a wobble. I know he had a lot of stuff going on at home, but I really expected big things from Martial, and I still do, and I'm hoping it's in a United shirt.
I also expect big things from Lingard this season.
Jesse,
I think he had an outstanding World Cup. His passing accuracy in all the games was above 80%, I think, in every single game. He scored the worldie against Panama, which I think was just topped off, probably the best goal, bar the training ground move from the free kick in that game. I think Jesse just was outstanding at the World Cup, and he did bring it last season. I think he really stepped up over the last couple of seasons, but I hope what he's shown in the World Cup he brings again to this season.
I think with Jesse Lingard it depends what kind of system we're going to play next year, to be honest. I think if we make big signings, then...
Are we getting Bale as Lingard enough?
Bale is the rumour at the moment, isn't it? Gareth Bale, would you take him at United?
I think everyone would take him at any club, surely.
Injury prone, no? It's got to be a worry, surely? If he scores goals like a Champions League final, then I'll take him.
If he's there at the right price, you take him. It does mean that like someone's probably going to drop out, because Bale potentially would start if he was playing as well as he has been at Real Madrid. But we know that he can play. I don't know. I don't think Bale and Ronaldo will go in one season without getting a hell of a replacement.
Bale, I thought, was all but leaving. I thought he was gone, but then they got the new manager in, and I thought, you know what, he's going to promise him.
You're so lucky next to live or know Lingard's family. Just tell him I said hi.
Send him our way. Yeah. But in terms of Bale, I thought he was literally destined to leave, and then they got the new manager at Real Madrid, and I think that new manager will now guarantee him game time, and I can see him staying, to be honest with you. So I did think Bale was a real possibility, but now I just think, especially the more the transfer window's going on, I think it seems less and less likely. And like you said, I can't see Ronaldo and Bale both leaving in the same window. World Cup final predictions, I think France are going to win. Do you think?
France.
Pogba, come on.
Okay, if we'd have lost to the World Cup winners, great. No, I want France to win. I do not want Croatia to win.
Yeah, but a lot of people think, you know what, going out to the winners looks better.
Ramsey as a Man United player?
No. That's my fault.
No.
But I will say on Croatia, I literally don't want them to
France
win
2-0.
because of Lovren at the back.
No, I don't want them to win because of Mandzukic. Mandzukic?
Really? Right.
Oh,
What about
I
if
just
Mandzukic
don't
signs for
like
United
him.
though?
Oh, no,
We'll
don't
support
do
him
that to me. Don't do that to me. France 3-1. I don't know. I think it's such a, like, anything can happen in 90 minutes, can't it? And I just think...
I don't think they'll roll them over, to be honest with you.
No, I don't think they're wrong. I
I'm
think
gonna
we
go with
underestimated them. I don't think France will underestimate
2-1.
them, but I think France have grown in the competition so much. Croatia 1-0.
Is that losing? I think Croatia 0.
3-3.
I hope
Goals
it is.
galore.
I hope it is. That what a final that'll be. But yeah, I'm going to say 2-1.
A lot of people saying
France.
both teams to score as well. Interesting.
I just see someone, I don't know, France seem to switch off a bit, and I can just see maybe a Modric nicking a super goal or something like that. I don't think, but I think
I'd quite like to see Pogba score a worldie.
Oh, I'd love it. I would love it. Pogba, man of the match in the final. I'd love that. Which player in this United men's team would you get with?
Can we have a list?
Phil Jones.
Right. Jesse Lingard?
Everyone loves Jesse. Everyone loves Jesse. Mbappe,
I mean,
he'll kill it. Yeah, he will. Would you take Mbappe at United?
100%.
Awesome. Would that be the end of Rashford though?
Yeah. I think they're too much of a similar player. They're both young, pacey.
Yeah.
But Jesse, you can feel free to pass it on.
I said Phil Jones, you said Jesse. Yeah, but let us know what you guys think. Do you think Man United are going to sign any players in this window? For me, we need to sign, and I hope that Jose's got a plan.
Rochelle to score a winner away. Don't worry, he's busy prepping for United. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, I do worry though. I do worry. I don't need panic, boys. I wanted Perisic. Look at Perisic against us. Set up a goal, scored a goal. I think he would have been perfect for us if we didn't get him. And I just hope that we're not leaving it till last minute and panic buying. I'm hoping there's a plan and it's all just waiting for the World Cup to get out of the way.
I think obviously it'd be nice. It would be nicer to like have these signings done
Yeah.
before the World Cup had even started or during the World Cup. You know, if you can, but it hasn't been like that.
Yeah.
But you know, people who are shouting about signings at the moment, Liverpool, who've they signed?
Shakira.
I'm not about that. I'd prefer to wait a little bit longer and get someone who is the person that we actually need.
Yeah, me too, to be fair. But you know what? As long as you get the players in, I don't mind if it's after the World Cup. Obviously, we start our tour. Is it like 2 weeks? No, not far away. Is it the tour when we go to America? So I think, you know what? As long as we've got the signings in good time, so we can actually see them in the tour. And Fred, obviously, we've got sorted, but he's injured. Gutting news.
I also think, and like, no, it's not great, but we got like Man City. They've signed 2.
They're signing.
Mahrez
Did you see the Mahrez unveiling, by the way?
No.
Funny. Did any of you guys see Mahrez being unveiled as a City player with the 2 blue puppets?
I think Mahrez will get lost in the Man City team, or if he doesn't get lost, one of the players will have to drop out. And I think with them only signing a couple as well, we've still got a chance. Player of the tournament. Good question, like that.
Kante.
Kante.
I think Mbappe's been pretty good for France. Scored some important goals. I'd probably say Mbappe. And then
Depends
Modric,
how you're looking at it.
Yeah, Modric has been awesome. Trippier, you could say, was awesome for England.
Trippier's outstanding players are difficult to come by, I think.
Look at like Ronaldo's tournament before they got knocked out as well.
I was going to say...
Isco was awesome for Spain as well. It's hard, but if you're looking at who's got to the final, then obviously you'd have to say Mbappe or Modric.
Modric has been boss. And yeah, I get that. I just don't want to say him because they beat us.
Lovren, player of the tournament. He's one of the best defenders in the world as well. So
absolute worldie. He is by far the best player I've ever seen on the pitch.
We've got to take him seriously now. Pickford was quality as well. Pickford.
He had such.
I just really
bearing in mind everything
everything
said about him. Like, didn't have any experience, blah blah. He stood out.
Yeah, he did. Best player was Phil Jones.
don't
a lot of love for Phil Jones today going on.
We love you, Phil Jones.
Yes, Phil.
Best England player at the tournament.
Trippier, I think. I think Trippier was absolutely awesome. Jesse Lingard was also up there for me, but I think Trippier impressed me.
I think it's very hard to pick. I think the players that aren't as well known really stood out. So you've got Pickford stood out,
Kyle
Trippier stood out.
Walker as one of the back three was a great decision as well.
Well, he had such a good season.
Yeah, he did.
Women's World Cup is next year in France.
Luke Dermott said Maguire as well. Apparently United
yeah,
with him.
Maguire. I think. I am the Harry Maguire of the team.
Square head.
No, Maguire stood out, Lingard stood out, Trippier stood out, and Pickford stood out. So
Yeah.
if you could pick one of them for me, I would be happy.
Yeah. Oh, no, agree
Slap
with all
head.
of them.
Thanks. I hope that's not to me.
You didn't just slap your head though.
Yeah, I'm not a slab head. Boulder head.
Can I just make comments on Dele Alli as well? Did he actually do much in the tournament for you?
No, neither did Harry Kane for me.
No.
Okay, he scored a hat-trick, and yes, he was captain,
But
and
come
yes,
on.
he scored that late winner against Tunisia. But the way he performed at Spurs, I didn't feel it was like that in England. I didn't say he had a bad
It wasn't
tournament.
you. You're not slaphead.
Thanks. I don't think he had a bad tournament. I just don't think he impressed me like I wanted him to impress me.
Harry Kane didn't do much at all. He didn't do much wrong, he didn't do much. And for me, like, yeah, he's probably the worst Golden Boot winner of a tournament I've ever seen, because you say he got a hat-trick, one of them hit him.
Statement.
One of them hit him and went in. And
What
then
was that? Is it
penalties.
true? Oh, sorry.
What's she doing? Can you repeat that
Repeat
question?
that
I just heard?
question. It's about women's something.
It's about Man United women, wasn't it?
Oh,
But in terms of Harry Kane, I think, yeah, he didn't really do enough for me. Yeah, he scored some
Didn't
goals,
create
penalties
enough.
mainly. One of them just hit him and went in. I could have scored that. That saves a lot because I don't score very often, do I, Meg?
Score more
but
than him.
at the end of the day, his goals were important to us.
We will talk about Sterling in a second. I got a lot to say about that, and I don't agree with everybody.
Free tap-ins and free penalties, exactly. But you've got
Got
to
to be in the
also
right
say
place at the right
exactly
time, though.
important
If he wasn't in that
goals.
place in
If it
against
wasn't for
Tunisia,
him, we wouldn't have got so far.
yeah, like
So
that
you have to
game
figure
against
that.
Tunisia, nobody's telling me that. Yeah, okay, it was a slight header. The way he headed that was ridiculous. Sterling, okay.
Go on then, go on, Raheem. Raheem rant.
No, I'm ranting against everybody else. I still give him the chance. Everyone's moaning about him.
You know the thing with Sterling, like
I
for me, his movement
is it true
quality.
women's football squad?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, it is true. Yes, Danny. They have had a few ex-Liverpool players.
Yeah.
But in terms of Raheem Sterling, for me, his movement is fantastic. On the ball, when he runs at players, you know what, he must be an absolute nightmare to play against. But the thing for me is when he gets into positions in front of goal, he never looks clinical, he never looks convincing, and he never looks like anything's going to happen. And that's what annoys me, because I think, the likes, for example, against Croatia in that first half, we created so many chances. And if we had some more clinical players, then we'd be in this final today for me. And I think that's what let us down in the tournament. Not clinical enough. And he was the main one who wasn't clinical for me.
And in his position, he needs to be clinical, but he can be one of those people that you give the ball to and make something happen. I think the way he can attack at players, you know, I feel for him. There has been a lot said about him, and yet he's still got on the ball. He's still wanting to play. I mean, it says something. Southgate put his trust in him every single game.
Yeah.
So
would you have used him more as an impact player rather than a starter, though?
I would have changed things a little bit with Rashford. I was disappointed not to see as much as Rashford as I'd have liked. I thought he would have been utilised a lot better. I know he's kind of not really been on form as much, but definitely think I'd have liked to see him used a lot more during the tournament.
Yeah, I'd agree with that
A lot
completely.
more.
Right, guys, we're going to
Also
round up.
Loftus-Cheek.
Oh yeah, Loftus-Cheek. Let's touch on him very quickly. For
Let's
me,
just touch
when he
on that
played,
man, what a god, god.
a big fans over here of Loftus-Cheek. But for me, when he was played, he took his chances really well. Would I have started him more?
What about
I don't know if I'd
Welbeck?
have started him.
Nobody cares about Welbeck.
Who? Welbeck.
Sorry, Welbeck. No, I don't. He's not in the same standard as the others. Loftus-Cheek is a boss. He absolutely dominated that midfield when he come on. His strength,
Would I
speed.
play him over Ali though? Because I think he probably gives more than Ali. And Ali didn't really give much in those games for me.
Loftus-Cheek got strength and speed. That's like
Power.
rare. Like
Yeah.
he can drive through players. He ain't gonna go around him. He'll just drive through you, like, or get took down.
Yeah.
I think he's going to be
He's
a
one
big
for the
player.
future, definitely one for the future.
100%.
And he did himself massive favours in the tournament. I thought he looked impressive every time I saw him play. Yeah, positive on Loftus-Cheek really. Welbeck over Cann last few games. You know what? Harry Kane against Croatia looked dead on his feet, and I probably I wouldn't have said Welbeck over him because if it went to penalties, obviously you always want to keep Harry Kane on there. But Harry Kane did look absolutely exhausted against Croatia.
I think you can't just throw Welbeck in. He needs a bit more time. I think Loftus-Cheek should be played in midfield again. Yeah, I was surprised. I meant, like I said, he's got that speed, he's got the power, he's got the strength. You know, he's not easily knocked off the ball. What are you doing? Anything?
Yes, we are. This is going to be a regular thing, by the way, me and Meg. So I hope you like it. Drop a comment as well after this video and let us know what you think. Obviously, we want comments, want reviews on the show. This is our first one, but definitely on the Man United women's team, we're going to do this more regularly, and we're going to talk about and we're going to talk about obviously the men's team as well, because we're both massive Man United fans as well. Good morning, beautiful ladies, Sophie and Megan.
I hope he does bring it back to Man
We're cheering.
United.
We're Team Pogba today.
Team
cheering
Pogba. Play number 6. Number 6.
On number 4. Who plays 4 for France?
I don't know.
Probably someone rubbish, but number 4, yeah.
Rochelle. On the bench on the way home. Oh, he's got my support.
Thank you guys. Right, we're going to go because if you look, there's pre-season training going on in the distance, and we should be observing that, and we're over here, so yeah.
Varane.
Varane, I would love Varane at United.
No, I think that's number 4.
He's number 4. I'll take that.
Oh,
I'll take that. Thank you for your support, guys. Really do appreciate it. Subscribe to Hairdryer Treatment if you haven't already.
Thank you for being really welcoming. I know it's my first
I will
show,
tag Megan on Twitter as well, so everyone give her a follow as well. Thank you so much for your support. Have a good day, and Team Paul Pogba.
Come on, France!
Yay!